forgot how to say my name. I was like, what?
Jouhayna.
Oh yeah, I'm a walking taboo.
And you're many things.
No, I just wanted the money.
Oh.
I like to say I'm assertive. Don't doubt yourself at all.
Tell me your worst joke.
I'm shy.
Oh no.
We know what to do. You're so funny when you say it. That wasn't very good. Me backstage is like, and then I go up and I'm like, Assalamu alaikum. I'm going to tell you to leave him.
Yeah, of course.
Also, do you have a lawyer's number? The future is not real.
And that's meant to be comforting.
People need to know what we're doing and stop glorifying pilots.
Today on The Brand of You is the wonderful Jouhayna AlMheiri, who has so many multiple identities. She is the youngest female air traffic controller, stand-up comedian, 2 times TEDx speaker, a vlogger, and a podcaster. With having so many different journeys that she's going on, is it difficult to build your personal brand and really be known for one thing? Let's find out.
I just decided to show up as myself instead of Jouhayna's the air traffic controller, and then that's why I got called to events. I just want to be known as Jouhayna and learn the name, because I don't mind people abbreviating it that I meet in person, but people just need to learn a different name.
Okay. Jouhayna.
Yeah, Jouhayna.
Jouhayna.
It means the beginning of new things.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. And that kind of gives birth to all of your identities.
Yeah, quite literally.
So tell me about Jouhayna. Tell me about being an air traffic controller. You're the youngest female that was ever in the job.
When I finished the training, yeah.
Okay.
That was 9 years ago.
And is this scary? I feel like there's a lot of responsibility being an air traffic controller.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of responsibility, but I wouldn't say it's scary. You're trained for years and there's so many checks before you're even allowed to move on to the next phase. And if you fail, you're out. Now they've become a little more lenient because we really are short-staffed. But at the time, if you failed one module or one part of it during your training program, the likelihood of you getting a second chance is super low.
And it's also a male-dominant industry.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that are pilots. I have a female friend, actually, a very close one of mine, that's a pilot.
Yeah.
And she's just like, Robin, it's difficult. How do you feel being, probably amongst the very rare females within the aviation, or has it changed?
It's changed since I got there, which is great because at first it was just me and one other lady. And then since then, they've been recruiting more women. And honestly, they have been recruiting women for a long time. And I can't speak for other aviation industries, but specifically in air traffic control, regardless of your gender, you have a likelihood to fail. You are trying to make it through something that's already very difficult, regardless of your gender. And then that's part of the reason why you don't see as many female air traffic controllers. But the ones who do come through and the ones who do make it, in my opinion, because I'm also an instructor as well, they pick up on multitasking a lot quicker. So something as simple as speak to the pilot and press the button at the same time. My male students struggle more compared to my female students.
Why?
It's just something I noticed. So during the training that I give to my trainees, it's live air traffic that you see. Like if you open flightradar24.com and you see the aircrafts that are flying in the sky, if I'm on shift, I'm working those aircraft. If I have a student, I'm guiding them to do that on my license. So most of the time, you'll see me standing next to them and I'm just doing to tell them to press the button and talk at the same time. Like, the little people in your head that are like from inside out going, ah!
Yes.
I feel my female students are just like, we know what to do. And then the male students, I feel like I have to be a little more persistent before they get that multitasking on board. And it's just an observation I've had over the last 5 years of being an instructor.
Okay.
And working in a high stakes environment.
It is super high stakes. I mean, I don't think anyone really talks about it.
No, because nobody knows about it. The pilots get all the glory.
I was about to say that.
All the glory.
They get all the glory.
And, they have a job which is intense, but we're the ones telling them what altitude to climb and descend to, what direction to go and to keep them on the right flight path, and even telling them the exact speed that they need to fly to stay separated from other aircraft. And if you deviate from that, you've violated the rules of the sky. So
the rules of the sky.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we're the ones, we are literally the voice that guides them home.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have to have great communication skills.
Yes.
You have to be assertive, right?
Yeah. And you have to have that assertive tone on frequency. So
you're always on?
And when most of the time when I'm speaking to my students and I tell them with the male trainees, I noticed that the pilots are more responsive to what they say, but the female trainees, they'll question them. So I tell my girls, and I say girls because I love them like my children. Even though there's like only a couple years in an age gap, I tell them, I'm like, you have to sound like you know exactly what you're saying. Don't doubt yourself at all. You have to say it. Climb flight level 200, done. Because if they dial in the incorrect flight level because they didn't question you for sounding unsure, who are they going to hit?
You have to have a lot of authority.
You have to have a lot of authority. And that energy, like I was always told I was very bossy as a child. I like to say I'm assertive. And that has helped so much in this career because you have to be.
I think you'd have great communication skills. And so I want to go back to all of your identities, right?
Okay.
Which is difficult for a lot of people that are kind of jumping careers or kind of look at themselves. So Jouhayna, if I was going to attach you to an identity, you would default to saying air traffic controller, right?
I'd say dog mom.
Dog mom. Yes. Oh my God,
I've always been around animals like my entire life. And I would have said yes to air traffic controller like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but I'm trying to find out who I am because I'm a Capricorn. So I let my career define me for the longest time. And I worked really hard to get to where I am. So hard.
I love this.
Now I saw a post on Instagram posted by somebody that I really value their opinion. And when she had lost her career, she stopped getting invited to all these events to represent because she was no longer doing XYZ. And I was like, so what happens if I don't continue as an air traffic controller? Am I not going to be invited to speak at all these prestigious events? Am I going to just be like, we don't want to work with you anymore? So that's when I was like, okay, a little seed was planted where I was like, okay, I want to build my own brand, but I want to do it in a way that is true to myself and what I like to do and what I want to put out into the world to help people as well, which is why I started my podcast.
So you're actually taking it to the level that not many people are at. So that's why I was pitching to you, thinking, what do you attach your identity to? So a lot of people will default and they'll give me their job title.
Yeah.
They'll go straight to their career. And you're many things, right?
Yeah,
air traffic controller. You're a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, I got into that this year.
Tell me your worst joke.
My worst joke? I actually said it on stage yesterday. It was so dumb because so I do comedy classes to get that structure because I do love structure. And then one of the girls in class was like, do you even pay diwa? And I'm like, no, because I live in Abu Dhabi. And my teacher was like, wow, that was a dumb joke. I'm like, because they're all different. So yeah,
but that worked.
Yeah, it did. So I was, and then literally he made like the sounds of crickets in the room, and I was like, I'm shy.
Oh no! Did you get into comedy, pivoting from the authority and the confidence that you had being air traffic controller?
So I got into comedy because I got divorced. And I was listening to Mel Robbins' podcast when I was like really sad. And I'm like, what do I do? How do I navigate this breakup? Because I never went through a breakup before. And one of the things was, sign up for a class possibly to better yourself. And then I met up with a friend and we were catching up. And I was like, nobody knew about the divorce at the time. So I told her and I was telling her like what happened and all the details. And she was cracking up. She was like, Jouhayna, I feel so bad, but like, you're so funny when you say it. And she had done a stand-up comedy course. And she's like, Jouhayna, please sign up for this course, please. And then I did. And then that was ticking off the box of what was recommended in that podcast. Because I like structure. I really love structure. And I love knowing what to do based on somebody else's suffering. Okay. So,
take someone else's failure and then go for it.
Exactly. You know, I was like, oh, this breakup blueprint is amazing. So
breakup blueprint.
That's what she called it.
Oh, did she?
She did, yeah. And everything I talk about on stage, I actually went through. So there's some parts that are exaggerated, but my teachers told me to do that.
To exaggerate. So it's your way of expressing what you're going through.
Yeah, exactly. So
and you're enjoying it?
I love it. Yeah. So I always had a fear of public speaking, and I found that out when I was a panelist on a stage in 2018. And then, you know, my boss came up to me and he's like, well, that wasn't very good. And I was like, oh.
Why?
I didn't do well. Even on stage, I panicked. I forgot how to say my name. I was like, what? During COVID, I hired a public speaking coach. worked with her on Zoom. And then when the world opened up again, I got the opportunity to MC an event. And then I started getting professional public speaking gigs. And every time before I go on stage, me backstage is like, and then I go up and I'm like, Assalamu alaikum.
You love it.
Yeah, so
what was that mindset change and shift that you had to create for yourself to really kind of shine? Because you're glowing in all of your identities, and a lot of people really struggle with that.
First, my immediate reaction was, I'm never doing it again. Done. I'm never doing public speaking. I'm never gonna, if they do ask me to represent, I will choose to say no. And then I was following a page on Instagram where they promote different women that are doing different things in the MENA region. And I loved that page. I was like fangirling. I would like always comment, and like I would send a DM, or anytime they posted a story, I always mentioned them. And then the person running that page messaged me and she's like, oh, let's get on a phone call. I'm like, I don't know why, but okay. And then we did. And I was speaking to her, and I just had this gut feeling to ask, are you a public speaking coach? And she said yes. And I was like, oh, can we work together? And I believe everything is written. And, me fangirling over the internet, over a page that promotes women doing so many different things, led me to somebody who helped me build my public speaking career to start with. And then the comedy, I feel like, has really helped with my confidence on stage, because before I was very stoic and I didn't emote on stage. I didn't move off the podium, especially if I was emceeing. Whereas now you'll see me center stage like, Assalamu alaikum, everyone, because I do comedy. So it's really helped with that, because you go on stage, I bear my heart and soul out there of things that have happened to me that are awful. And specifically with stand-up, 4 women have ended their relationships because they said I was their sign.
Oh, so now you've become the sign.
Yeah. So they meet me and they're just like, I don't know if I should leave him. I was like, girl, follow your heart. That's all I say, because I'm not going to tell you to leave him.
Yeah, of course. You don't want that responsibility.
Off stage. And then they message me later on Instagram, or they bump into me or something like that. And I get told that, Jouhayna, you were the sign I was looking for. Also, do you have a lawyer's number? And I've gotten 3 women have finalized their divorce after meeting me. No, I'm deadly serious. Yeah. So
it's like relatability.
Yeah. And also I think, and I struggled with the same thing before deciding to end my marriage, was what am I going to do after? Am I even going to be okay? I think I should follow through with this, because honestly, this guy has really been very disrespectful to me. And then to full circle moment be that to other women who've met me in person or seen my stand-up online. And it's short snippets like, what?
Yeah, but still they got influenced.
Yeah. And they feel like they're going to be okay after. And there was never the intention to go on stage and do that. But the fact that that's the result, I love it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Did you struggle with the identity of being divorced?
Oh, no. I think I'm a big advocate for divorce.
Okay.
Even when I got married, I wasn't an advocate for marriage, actually. I was an advocate for divorce. So anybody I meet, I'm like, they would invite me to their wedding. I'm like, invite me to the divorce party.
Is that a thing? Did you have one?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I've been busy doing a bunch of different things, but I've celebrated my divorce with the different friends I have around the world when we go out and, just have a moment.
And do you feel that's because people lose themselves and who they are?
Yeah, and I did. So I was the same. I'm the kind of person who everything was to make sure that they're okay. And I even work with my life coach, and she said to me, she's like, why do you have to make sure they're okay for you to be okay? And I was like, wow. And choosing to single myself out and be, in air quotes, selfish has been such a massive game changer, because now it doesn't matter what anybody else is going through. If I'm okay, I'm okay. Because before, if he was not okay, I would not be okay. If he was going through something, I wouldn't be okay either. And I feel like I'm very intuitive as well. Female intuition is also what told me he was being unfaithful later on. And he's like, how did you know? I'm like, I just know. Can't explain it.
I think women know. I think there's a...
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. That's tough.
No,
you say it so lightheartedly.
Yeah. I've done the work with my therapist and my life coach. She calls herself a belief coach. So that's my loophole, because therapy is very taboo in aviation. But I feel like if you don't seek out the help you need in a mental health space with the right person, I feel like the ones who aren't seeking out that help from a life coach or a therapist, if something is not going okay, they're the ones that are more volatile than the ones who are seeking that help.
And you come across well put together. I'm not going to deny that. But I'm sure you, like you said, there's a lot that you've kind of gone through, a lot of identities that you've kind of shuffled through. I think we're still kind of always constantly a work in progress.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're kind of like going through all of this and still trying to figure yourself out, what's the one advice you could give someone that would really kind of push them through the transition? And I'll tell you why I'm asking this question. A lot of people don't talk about the transition period. They talk about the failure once they're kind of a bit more successful.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the kind of person that I hide. So when it does get really difficult, I hide and I retreat. But then I set things in motion that I know are going to help. So in terms of my spirituality, like I pray 5 times a day. In terms of my mental health, I've got Trish. She's amazing. The difference between therapy and life coaching is therapy is something that you go through to fix the past. Life coaching is what you do. Like in this present moment, something has happened. So what can we do to better your future?
Okay.
And I got my life coaching certification as well because all the students at work are very young. So they come to me and they're like, oh, Jouhayna, and they'll talk to me about their lives. And I was like, I need a structure to help them so that they show up stronger. So I have a really high success rate with my students. Prayer really helps. If you're not a spiritual person, meditation helps. You know, there's so many amazing apps. And you just put your headphones on and you just follow the voice. That's it. And sit with yourself and ask yourself, what do you want and what are you going through? Is this a blessing in disguise? And always remember that life makes sense when you look back.
True.
And everything that's happening now is for the plot, you know?
It's for the plot.
It's for the plot. So it's going to make sense later, but you have to trust the process. From a perspective of Islam and spirituality, everything is written. So if you are going through a hardship in this moment, God wants you to go through that. Later on, it'll make sense, like the burnt toast theory, if we're going to be non-spiritual. You have a slice of toast that burns and then you don't eat your breakfast on time, so you don't leave the house on time. And then you don't get into a car crash on the same road that you would have taken a couple of minutes ago if you were on time. So, you know, everything happens the way that it should, but you have to trust the process that you just need to ride through it. And a piece of information that my life coach gave me, because when you're going through something awful, in this moment, you panic and spiral about the future.
Yeah.
And she told me, the future is not real. I was like, what? Just think about it. The future is not real.
Okay.
Right now, this moment is the only thing that's real. The past, whatever you remember, is
and
what
that's meant to be
happened.
comforting.
Yeah, I know. So I found it very comforting. I'm like, I'm no longer booking appointments. So after my divorce, I stopped planning things. Whereas my calendar is color coded, structured. I send Google invites for everything, and I just stopped doing that.
What do you enjoy doing the most? Because now you're vlogging about it.
Yeah, the vlogging, it's actually very out of my comfort zone, by the way. I like to just live in the moment and do my own thing. And at the moment, I'm starting a 100-day series where it's 100 days to my birthday. And last year when I had turned 30, this is around the same time that I found out that my ex was not the best person in the world, which I thought he was the best person in the world before that. And I had slowly started like a little glow up. Like I booked in a session with a dermatologist, and I just had hired my functional medicine health coach and was following her protocol. But so much happened where my life got so displaced that I was not able to focus fully on that. So I stopped birth control and I stopped Manjaro at the same time, and I got divorced. So my body was going through things, my mental health.
You slapped it.
Yeah. And I'm the kind of person, I'm like, you know what? It's all or nothing.
Okay. But
so
it's
that's
got
what
you
I did.
To where you are.
Yeah, exactly. So and I even have red light panel, which helps. So it activates some other brain waves and then you feel better. The sauna, which helps detoxify your body. And ice baths, I do those every day because it mellows me out. And it's also a part of my protocol. So
and you have one at your home.
I do, yeah. So I sold all my ex's gifts that I got him. And I bought an ice bath, a sauna, and a red light panel. And I redid his man cave into my meditation majlis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole new you.
It is.
So Jouhayna, if I was to take away all of your identities, right? I've got a list here. I've got a public speaker, comedian, podcaster, vlogger. You have a master's in space operations, air traffic controller.
I'm working on that actually at the moment, yeah.
You're working on that at the moment. Take all of that away. Can you please describe yourself?
I'm a girl who just loves karak tea and going out with my friends, and I love a good spa day. And I like hanging out with dogs. I didn't realize Like I always knew I loved animals.
They're the best.
But when I'm traveling, so I went to visit my friend in London this summer, and there are dogs everywhere. And she was like, "Oh, Jouhayna, do you want to go out and do this?" And I was like, "Can I go to a dog park?" And I would just like every country I go to, I'd just go sit in a dog park, and I'm like, "Love me."
Yeah, just absorb their energy. I think they're the best things ever.
I'm just like, I ground myself. I like literally sit under a tree, and I'm like, "You can love me if you want to."
So many people take a while to discover themselves. Like you got your line so easily. It just flowed so naturally. When I said your name, you knew your association. It's very difficult for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. Well, I do ask the same question on my podcast. I'm like, who are you without the titles? And then, for me, what I've done is I've given a heads up to the people that do come on the show. So I was like, how could I ask such a question if I don't know that myself? I've taken that time to really identify with what I like. And especially after the divorce, it's really helped me with that answer. Family is really important. Despite losing what I once thought was family in the divorce, I've decided to strengthen chosen family as well as blood. But, some people just don't deserve to be in that. So,
fair enough.
I also believe in if you have a family member that's toxic to you and your body will tell you you're really not okay being around them. And this is very taboo, especially in my culture, but cut them off.
Oh.
Yep.
Just cut them off.
Yep. It's really tough. But if they don't serve you and you are struggling to spend time with them based on whatever you've gone through in your history and it's difficult, cut them off. So I'm good with my mom and my sisters.
You said taboo. There's probably a lot of things that you might feel in your
Oh yeah, I'm a walking
culture.
Like honestly, I'm walking taboo, but I'd rather be taboo than uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get through all of that? Like to kind of push past the taboo, not only to push past it, but you're speaking openly on camera about it. I think that's next level.
Yeah. I think it just is important to be authentic to myself. I think if I was saying this to, I don't know, appease somebody, it's a different story, but this is truly what I believe in. And it's me authentically being myself. And if it rubs you the wrong way, what I have to say to that is, why does it make you so uncomfortable? What is it in you that makes you so uncomfortable with something that maybe a stranger has said on a podcast? So that's within you and that's your problem, not mine. I'm going to go boating with my dogs and my mother.
And when you started your own podcast, did you feel like you were able to express yourself a lot more?
Yes. So for example, when my functional medicine coach came on the show, we spoke to enlighten people to hopefully better their health, even if it's not about reaching out to her, but just learning something new about any health myths, because wellness is so big right now.
Yelena, you're talking about that's how I came across your profile, through Yelena. Oh, yes, I know her from
know Yelena. Okay,
yes,
this woman has
13 years ago in the fitness industry. We were friends. I met her as one of the first people in Dubai.
Yeah, so Yelena is oh my gosh, she's so amazing. She's changed my life in the best way. And I think also because of the protocol that she put me on, I was better able to handle my mental health because internally, the gut-brain axis, she explained that to me. And because I was like, I'm somebody who loves to comfort eat and I love to binge. And then I wonder why I'm gaining weight and I'm spiraling mentally. It's because all that sugar is not happy in my gut. So she really helped, in every sense of these words, cleanse me out.
Wait, we all love to binge. Can we just I think everyone loves to binge. I don't know anyone that doesn't binge. But she's so good. She's so grounded with her food and her relationship with food.
Yeah.
And that's difficult to get to. So the fact that you were able to do that and align your
but it took
gut to your
It's been
mind.
nearly a year of that now. And I still, she even tells me, oh my God. So there was one check-in that I remember right after the divorce. So about a month and a half after getting off Manjaro is when I realized I'm really hungry. Because it wore off.
And you're off the contraceptive pill.
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
So I got hungry. Okay. And this was just before Ramadan. So I was eating, but I was working out, but I was eating.
You happy?
Yes. And then
eating.
We had our check-in. So those 3 weeks, so every 3 weeks we have a virtual check-in. And she's like, what are you doing? And I was just like, everything.
Eating.
I'm like, I'm eating. And she's like, how do you feel? I'm like garbage. And then she asks me, is there an expiration date for this behavior? And I was like, Ramadan's in 2 weeks, so that's when it'll start.
What a line.
Yeah, I know. Is
No,
there an
there
expiration
isn't.
date for this behavior?
Girl.
Honestly, I needed that in my I needed that during my marriage. I
That's
swear.
a great one-liner.
Yeah, it's like, you want to continue on this path, no problem, but is there an expiration date for this behavior?
Yeah.
And then I took a moment to think about it, and I was like, okay, Ramadan's around the corner. So for that 1 month, I really committed. My body changed like a 6-month transformation in that 1 month. And then I decided to be cheeky again.
Okay.
So that's why now I'm giving 100 days of commitment. Yeah.
I find having an expiration is the struggle. Because let's say, the 100 days is over, it's like, what happens next?
Oh, yeah. I struggled with the same thing, actually. Oh my God, I'm going to sound so pretentious, but after my first TEDx, because I've done 2, after the first one, that's all I worked towards. So when I hired my public speaking coach, when I signed up with her, she's like, tell me what your dream is with public speaking. I'm like, I have none. I just don't want to panic on stage and have my legs buckle underneath me and sweat from places I didn't know I could sweat from.
That was your driver? Places you didn't know you could sweat
No, truly. I was like, where is that trickling from? Oh, that's how I felt on stage. It was gross. And then she's like, okay, no, but like, give me like a dream that you think is unrealistic. And I was like, I love listening to TED Talks. I'd love to do a TED Talk, even a TEDx, because it's the same thing, just not in the States. And she's like, okay, so what we're going to do is prepare you for a TED Talk as if you're going to do a TED Talk. So that's exactly what we were prepping for. We weren't prepping for me to become an MC or a panelist. We were prepping my TEDx speech.
Okay.
And then when subhanallah, right? When I was actually ready to give that speech, I got the email in my inbox, we're inviting you to come to do this TEDx. And I was like, oh my gosh.
How'd you feel?
I was like, what?
Wow.
Panic. But this is what I've been preparing for over a year and a half. Yeah.
Why did you call yourself pretentious? I might sound pretentious.
Just because, like, it's like my second after my first TEDx. Like, that was my...
Own it.
Yeah. No,
That's amazing.
I should own it.
That's not easy. No,
Yeah.
it's not easy. I know a lot of people that aspire to get on TEDx.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, fantastic. What's your topic? And they're like,
Yeah, no, everything was done with intention with me. Everything that I put out, virtually especially, is done with a lot of intention. I remember on my birthday, I applied to TED conferences, and I knew exactly what topic I wanted to talk about because I Googled it and I researched it on the TED app. Nobody's spoken about air traffic control as an air traffic controller. So I said, I want to do that. People need to know what we're doing and stop glorifying pilots.
give us the behind the scenes
Exactly.
attention. Actually, behind the scenes is trending now. A lot of people are starting to realize with the producers and anything that really happens is the muscle.
Yeah, exactly. An air traffic controller is where the biggest behind the scenes that everybody needs to understand a little bit more, and it's one of the most stressful jobs in the world because if we say the wrong thing or we type the wrong thing, you hear about it on the news. If I have a bad day, the pilot has a worse day, which is a terrible joke, but it's the truth. Yeah, that actually is my worst joke because you asked me that earlier. And air traffic controllers, the salary is a certain salary because of that.
Okay. And did you aspire to be an air traffic controller?
No, I just wanted the money.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I wanted to be financially independent from a young age because despite how I come across, despite my family name, I didn't have the easiest childhood. And I felt like I have to provide for my mother and my 2 younger sisters. So I made the decision to do everything in my power to be able to do that. So I put my 2 sisters through school. I retired my mother because I chose to become an air traffic controller. And I remember when they were telling me about the job, I'm like, okay, I heard whatever they had to say. And I asked, I was like, what's the salary? And the salary was my biggest motivator. People are like, did you persevere because of
purpose?
It being your dream? I'm like, no, I had a dream to be financially independent and make everybody in my life that I care about independent enough to take care of themselves. So one sister is an associate director at a major international bank. One is a professor at a university teaching nursing. And it's because I gave them the foundation to then do that. And mom's retired. She's living her best life. She complains that the horse she wanted to ride has not been available. That's after all the hard work that she did. Yeah. And, she took care of us. She educated us and gave us the opportunity that we had, and she built us up to be the women that we are. And I felt, because she had me a little late in life. Well, in those days, a little late in life, because she was 35 when she had me and 40 when she had her youngest. And I could tell by the time I was creeping up on 18, she was getting really tired of being everything to us. So I was like, I'll take over, mommy. And that's what I've done. And I haven't looked back since. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And that's also another, in air quotes, would be taboo is, it's not common for the female to be the provider.
Even the mindset.
Yeah, exactly. And I just made the decision to do that very young.
That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
Jouhayna, thank you so much for being so open.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Like, it's not like it's really like, please give yourself some credit because it's not easy to take on all of these different identities and then still kind of be centered. So thank you so much. That was lovely. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
I feel Jouhayna can do anything she sets her mind to, and I hope she's inspired you to do the same because she sure has inspired me. Make sure to follow us on our socials at ChatGIG on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. See you next time.